What's up guys, Blade Master here, bringing you some Total War Attila online action. This is one of the few quick battles that I've managed to play with the Langobards DLC factions. And in this matchup, I have taken the Burgundians, and my opponent JJ13542 has taken the Alans. So with the Burgundians, I have taken a total of 4 super cheap slingers, the regular scattershot hurlers, and a couple of Germanic archers as well. I have also brought a total of 6 noble Germanic swordsmen, a couple of Burgundian axemen, and a total of 6 royal lancers. So the reason why I've kept the Germanic archers on the sides is so that they can shoot flaming arrows onto each cavalry flank, while the scare effect from these royal lancers and the devastating charge that they have will basically obliterate any opposing cavalry that the Alanis managed to bring. So with the, and actually for the Burgundian axemen, I've kept them on the flanks because one, they're close to cavalry support. So if some cavalry tries to charge in, I can just counter charge with my royal lancers, and that'll be the end of that cavalry over there. And they can also help out in the cavalry battle with their high melee attack, or they can just help out in destroying the flanks of my opponent. So my opponent, on the other hand, has brought a total of 2 noble Germanic swordsmen, a total of 6 Sarmatian warband, I believe. Let's go ahead and put this in blue. 1, 2, 3 Sarmatian warband on over here, and it looks like 3 Sarmatian warband here. He's also brought a couple of Germanic archers, and he's brought a Germanic horseman corps, which is perfect for me, exactly what I wanted. It looks like he's brought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Germanic horsemen, 1 Alani horseman, and 1 Alani general as well. So he's brought a total of 8 cavalry. But you know, the extra numbers in cavalry is kind of worrying, but I don't think my royal lances will do too badly against them. So I'm going to start aiming my scattershot hurlers at the enemy Germanic archers, and I'm going to start firing with my regular Germanic archers as well onto those units. He's forced to pull back. These scattershot hurlers apparently have a bonus for his infantry. I haven't really tested them against infantry. Actually, this battle will probably show you guys maybe a pretty clear description of how well they do in against infantry. So now he's going to charge in. It looks like he's going to charge in with the Germanic horseman, but he's pulling back. I'm also going to move behind with my royal lancers, and I'm just going to pull up in front with my Germanic nobles as well. I'm going to move around with my move back with my royal lancers before they get in for a charge, and this should be really devastating because these Germanic horsemen are not they aren't even counter charging. So these royal lancers are just going to completely destroy them. 17 kills on the charge. This one's already wavering down to 21 men. Yeah, this this Germanic horseman is dead, and I've also charged in with my royal lancers onto his Sarmatian warband. But this is exactly where the Germanic horsemen will excel. They have come in to support here, and that's where their high melee attack against infantry is really going to play. Here, three casualties destroyed a Germanic horseman. The Sarmatian warband have predictably routed. And here he's charging in with his Alani cavalry and his regular Germanic cavalry. But I've already popped a shield wall on my noble Germanic swordsman, and I'm going to support with my Burgundian axemen as well. Here, again, his noble Germanic horseman. Oh, he's brought he's brought his Germanic horseman charging into my noble Germanic swordsman. But they're good in mass, so they'll do well. Here, destroying a Sarmatian warband with another of my royal lances. They're again going to come into charge against the Sarmatian warband, but the charge wasn't effective, so I don't think they'll do too well. But I've got the rest of the cavalry flanks are basically destroyed, which is great for me. Again, charging in with my royal lances here against the Sarmatian warband. His Sarmatian warband weren't like closely packed though. Still, they're going to take a massive ton of casualties. And here again, I'm going to charge in with my Burgundian axemen onto the supporting noble Germanic swordsman. Again, they will take a ton of casualties there. This is such a charge-dependent faction, and I love it for that reason. Here, my royal lances are going to start dying because Sarmatian warband have come into support, and that Germanic horseman finally has died. But his Alani general again have come in to support that cavalry blob. Here, I'm going to rear charge with my royal lancers onto that Sarmatian warband, just try and destroy them. And again here, my royal lance is taking some casualties here while trying to pull out from these Sarmatian warband. And I'm just going to help support with more and more royal lances so that the Sarmatian warband just finally die. But they're just not taking any casualties at all because all of these units are tired, which really affects their movement speed and their charge bonus. But if I can get a rear charge onto these units, then that is just going to be perfect, and that's basically going to be it for this game. The Sarmatian warband will completely decimate my noble Germanic swordsman. But I've just tied them down so that my royal lances can come in for a rear charge. And all the while, these scattershot hurlers are going to be firing their ammunition. It looks like they're actually doing pretty decently. I don't really need to be worried about friendly fire here because they're not going to kill a lot of my Royal Lancers. But on the other hand, they'll probably do a ton of HP damage on these Sarmatian Warband with their bonus versus infantry. That being said, my Royal Lancers still have taken a lot of casualties. Alani General here just surrounded by Royal Lancers all over the place and going to come in for a second charge here. But my Royal Lancers here starting to drop very quickly from his Germanic archers, just firing flaming arrows here. They don't have, I don't think they have any missile block chance at all because they have the, they don't, oh, they do have they do have a shield. So I guess they do have some missile block chance. I don't think it's a lot though. Here caught some more of his Noble Germanic Horsemen. Sorry, Noble Germanic Swordsmen. Let's take a look at my Scattershot Hurlers. Ooh, this is just perfect. We can see exactly how well they'll do here. They're going to be firing into the sides. And yeah, it's probably going to be pretty effective. Yeah, they're killing quite a few. But the accuracy on these guys is just terrible because they fired 3 projectiles. So I think the accuracy really diminishes because they're doing that. 59 kills though with one of them, 33 with the other, 46 and 30. So, I mean, for 180 talents, these seem to be very, very nice units, I think. On top of their excellent rate of fire and their bonus versus infantry, I think they'll probably do pretty decently against units like these. Noble Germanic Swordsmen, look at how quickly they're dying. They're dying very, very, very quickly to Scattershot Hurlers. Almost a single experience shot run on one of the cheapest hurlers or cheapest slingers in the game. His Alani General doing pretty decently. I mean, they're holding out for a while. But yeah, at this point, there was no turning back. So close victory to me. I really love the Burgundians. You can see how well the Royal Lancers have done. 149, 110, 112, 207, 190 and 110 kills each. Each with at least an experience chevron, one with a double experience chevron. Scattershot Hurlers doing very well too. The Burgundian Axemen, one of them I didn't even really need to use them at all. I don't think they even came into the game. The other Burgundian Axemen did very well in killing off his Sarmatian Warband. Noble Germanic Swordsmen were basically there for one thing, and that was to just hold off his infantry. And they did pretty decently considering he got a charge in with his Germanic Horsemen, but of course I braced with Shield Wall over there. So I think using Shield Wall is basically essential to using these Noble Germanic Swordsmen, right? Anyways guys, that's the end of this quick battle. Hope you enjoyed and stay tuned for more. Peace.